Toronto, it's your boy Scotty Barnes.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Raptors Uprising basketball is back, and we're ready to take over the NBA 2K League.
Finds a lane, home with the huge slam.
Season 7 has some new faces and familiar vets. I'll see you all in the park. Go Raps. Toronto, it's your boy Scotty Barnes.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Hello and welcome back to the Raptors Uprising on Twitch. We're back once again, this time for the turn. My name is Alex. I'm joined as always by India. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, man. Excited with the performance that we had for the tip-off, and I know we're looking to finish strong once again for the turn. A lot of excitement around the league with the trades that are going down. One of them we kind of see here with their opponent with the 76ers. You've got Gradient, who's had a lot of success with the 76ers when the league initially kicked off, got traded, visited a couple of cities. Now he's back with the team that he started with. So a lot of excitement around this matchup and to see what the new 76ers look like.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to check out. The 76ers just finished, or they finished just outside of the tip-off bracket play qualifying. They just missed it, so got to assume they're looking to come back with a vengeance, make a name for themselves here in the turn, try and qualify for the playoffs. We'll have to see. Raptors, of course, like you said, coming off an excellent performance in bracket play there. Finishing second overall, looking excellent. I'm assuming you were watching all those games. Very high stakes, very exciting games.
Oh, for sure, man. You've got, over six figures on the line. The Raptors walked away with 30 grand, so it's exciting stuff. So looking to continue that momentum. First time making money since, I believe, the end of Season 3. So good things ahead for the Raptors, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's pretty huge, and that's off to a good start with this roster that's been looking great so far. To catch things up, keep up that momentum going. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Lots of excitement, though. I was watching the player cams. I think are the best part of that. You get to see the guys up on stage, talking firsthand to their opponents. It's just the best way to go there.
Yeah, the trash talking just kind of gets to a whole new level when you're on stage, especially in those heated moments when you've got, just a couple of minutes on the clock. Your palms start to get sweaty. So it's definitely exciting. It's great to kind of see that atmosphere, and it's even better to be there. And I know, the Raptors are kind of working on possibly having an in-person event. Don't know what exactly it'll look like. Don't know when, so I don't want to give away too much. But that'll be a fun time for folks in the Toronto area to come check out whenever we do release that information.
I've heard of those rumors. Yeah, I would say to keep an eye on that if you're an Uprising fan. Definitely take a look so you can catch some of those threes in person. As Antoine Love since his first of the game. Big, so we'll have to check that out. Raptors going to be able to turn it back the other way there. Antoine Love driving once again. Vision to see for a slam home.
Yeah, nice little find there by Love. He's so weird. By Antoine. He's got, second tied for most assists, approximately 16 assists per game. So he definitely knows how to find either his two-guard in Symptoms or he knows when to throw the slip to ball-like seam. So that's kind of been a big component of their offense and why they've seen success in the tip-off thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been very huge for them so far. And then, of course, he's come in, score some points of his own. It's been kind of exciting to watch, because depending on the game state, depending on how the other team has been guarding him, we've seen a little bit of instances of both. I just love to watch him doing those threes, too. That's what we're here for, is a nice interception there by Symptoms. Get the Raptors moving back the other way. Antoine Love with some fancy moves. Looking for Symptoms here. Changed up his look, I think. And it's going to be Ham in the corner to Antoine as the clock's winding down. Seam under the net. Not much time left, but they're going to find it. 2 more points for the Raptors on that drive.
Yeah, got the meter to go up and fill it up. Nice little lead here for us. Let's see if we can finish out strong here in the first. You can see Dre kind of 3 hunting. DJ's got to come back and set the pick. As both corners tried to go and cut inside. One of them, I think, might have been trying to fake it, which is Gradient. Who, by the way, hasn't really scored much. I think he's got like 6 points. One of the lowest or on the lower end in terms of that position. So look for him to possibly try to get more involved in the offensive side.
Yeah, 6 points per game, I think, is that. And it's probably something you're going to be looking to remedy here in this game, but Raptors have been solid on defense, so they're going to make it tough for him where possible, one would think. Oh, but nice little steal there is going to help his team at the very least.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
The 76ers moving the other way. Ooh, throw up there from Dre. Finds it through coverage. Very nice find for the Sixers.
That's a tough shot. You had Crush that kind of saw he was open, got a little bit of a crab. He stepped up, got the 27% covered, but wasn't able to fully contest it to make him miss the shot. But still great defense on stepping up by Crush. Got the slip.
Big 2 points there late in the first quarter. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything too problematic with that defense. Nice effort there from Dre. But Raptors keeping this lead going. Hunting out there. Going to bring it within 1 for the 76ers. 13-12 games. We approach the last minute of the first quarter. It's Antoine Love in the court. The key. To Hom to create some space. Gonna work it himself. Go for the 3. Not going to land. And 76ers have men down the court. But no one can stick a shot here. It's going to be Hom going to throw the ball away, and the 76ers take a timeout after quite the little sequence there from both teams.
Yeah, smart timeout there so you don't go ahead and have your back foot go out of behind the backcourt, so you don't get called for that. So way to save a turnover from happening. It looks like Hom's being aggressive on the defensive side, but by being aggressive, you kind of lead yourself to get crab, which means Crush has to do a great job of stepping up in time. And then if he does that, you also can give up the offensive rebound. So got to play a little bit better defense. Hom aggressive, which is great, but you can't be overly aggressive and can't not communicate. Crush has got to have enough time to step up. You got to have enough rotations from seam. But so far, that's what's kind of helped the 76ers come back in this one. When we had a decent of a lead, you can see Dre 4 for 4, hasn't missed a shot from the three-point line himself. So keep an eye on that defensive side, and if Hom continues to get crab.
We'll have to watch it as the timeout going to end with 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Some room to work here if you're the 76ers. Might want to try and take the lead into the break. You'll have to work through some defense from the Raptors and make some stops, especially on Antoine Love here as he works the ball up the court. Lots of defenders on him. Double coverage, but symptoms throwing it up. Hitting the back of the wall. 20 seconds to go here. Dre with the ball, 4 for 4 as you said, but it's going to be the dish this time to DJ underneath the net. Get the points for the Sixers, and it's a 3-point lead. As the time winds down,
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Fouled, and the Raptors get one more chance with 14 on the clock. Antoine Love, 10 seconds. Much time, lots of coverage. And a fine seam. Ball slips out, but Antoine Love ready for the reception. Gonna drive it home. That's a tough way to end the quarter, unless you're the Sixers, I guess. But
Yeah, you can see them kind of saving that clip, trying to see what they can review later on for the first quarter, either after the game or during as well. Sometimes they'll do that, especially at the half. But on that last possession, you had Hom kind of open on the left corner. You have the defender from the left side drop to block that shot in the paint. So, I mean, again, it's easy for us to kind of armchair quarterback, whatever the case may be from here, but it looked like you had an opportunity to swing that out to the left side for the 3. But great effort to start things off. We had the lead, a comfortable one, but unfortunately the back-to-back Krabby Patties and giving up points on the offensive end. Kind of has us trailing a bit here as we open things up soon for the second quarter.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lost cause. I just think it's some small adjustments. They're gonna have some time chat with each other, reform the game plan a little bit. I think they should probably have enough clear objectives to work on. We'll have to see if they can come back and start off with a statement here, as they have been wont to do. Seen in the last few games. Finish a bad half, come out, sink a couple threes, get a couple of nice drives, and send things in the right direction.
Yeah.
Raptors looking, of course, to keep things on the high, coming in second place at the tip-off bracket play. Feeling quite good about themselves, and a couple of exciting games coming up here as we'll get back into the second quarter. 76ers with a 3-point lead. It's going to be the Raptors starting off with the ball. And Antoine Love, once again, captaining the ship. We'll give it to Symptoms. Seam. He is going too much well out. The shooting foul. The Raptors are going to go to the line.
Yeah, they ran a couple of plays there. Had a little pick and roll action on the top of the screen. Then you had ball like Seam kind of flare down to the right corner. Had a wrap coming in from that side. Tried to get a shot off from the right hash. Couldn't get it. Then they went ahead and ran the slip. Got the foul. So they ran a couple of different sets. Tried to get a 3 off. Weren't successful. But still, nonetheless, a couple of free throws here. A chance to cut this one down to a 1-point.
Seam will throw it up and make that lead 1 point indeed. So Raptors with a couple of points to start it off here. Not a bad way to take things. You take whatever you can get, I think. So gotta stay solid on this defense. As Dre playing with the hot hand, throwing up the 3, sinking it too. Big start to the game here for Dre. If I'm not mistaken, I think that puts him at 5 for 5.
Yeah, and he's got badge, so you know he's going to be a little bit dangerous on that side. Oh, and unfortunately, there's a steal.
Yeah, going to go back the other way, and it's Radiant. Draw out the shooting foul. Antoine Love dinged for that one, so he'll go to the line. Radiant here looking to add it on, and he will succeed and extend out this lead to 7 points for the 76ers. One Love now. Working. Defense has been hot on him, so he's going to have to find Symptoms, but once again, Sixers defense have a couple of nice blocks there under the net.
Yeah, they try to get Symptoms involved, cutting from the right hash. Symptoms, it's not often you see him have only 2 points a minute into the second quarter, but unfortunately the defense read it. I think it was maybe from the weak side that the defense dropped, so Symptoms might have had a chance to dish it to the right side for the open 3. But look for Symptoms to possibly get more involved, try to get himself on a heater to close out the first half.
Yeah, that would be one way to do it if you're looking to change things up for the Raptors here, but it's going to be a little bit of fortune going their way, and ball like Seam going to lose it there to DT, but no, he's going to keep things settled there. DT looks like he went for a little bit of an outside layup there.
Yeah, nice block by Seam there. Wasn't sure if it was going to get called goaltending or what, but great job to get back, hustle back on the defensive side after losing the ball to get the block.
And there goes Dre with his first miss of the game, I think. So 76ers will not get the 3 points. They will find 2, but this reduction of the harm there. Try and keep things as close as possible. Antoine Love gonna slam it home to cut down on the lead.
You saw Dre try to go ahead and bait him a little bit to the corner pass. He went and kind of cheated a little bit from the right corner, but went right back inside. Antoine Love wasn't having any of it, and he just went straight for the dunk. No bait there.
Nope, doesn't have to worry about that if he can do it all himself. Just another very nice 3 there from Dre having a good game so far himself. At least on the offensive side of things. It's going to be a turnover going back to the 76ers. They're going to get another chance here on offense, but foul called on Seam, so those points not going to count.
We talked earlier about how Symptoms was trying to get going in the game, so he cut from the right hash to get inside, but it was kind of blocked by the defense. This time, Symptoms fakes as if he's going to go inside and cut, but he tries to pump right back out. Defense wasn't buying it. So the first time, they did an actual cut from the right hash. The second time, tried to fake it right back out. Both times, the defense was on it for the Sixers.
Yeah, the Sixers have done an excellent job here adapting and keeping their wits about them on the defensive side of things. Take a look inside the Bell Gaming Center here. Raptors working doggedly to get themselves out of this hole. Only 4 points in the second quarter so far. As this Sixers team is certainly looking slightly different than I think the one we saw in the tip-off. A little bit of rejuvenation behind them, I think.
Yeah, and you've got
here.
Dre that's kind of carrying, right? He's got himself 16 points, and unfortunately, it's just as many points as the Raptors have here. Midway through the second, and Radiant's still trying to find his groove again. First game back with the team that he started his journey here as a professional gamer with. But when you've got someone like Dre who's knocking down shots 80% from the 3-point line, you can go in and get in his backpack. He'll take you to the promised land.
Yeah, not a bad way to restart your career in Philadelphia. So Seam gonna find the Raptors some points there after that timeout, and a little bit of life there if you're the Raps. Radiant now, seeing if maybe he can get himself some first points of the game, carrying the ball. Drive in, but he's going to hand it off to a DJ. Dre now with the ball, playing the hot hand. Symptoms on the defense. DJ going to set the pick, but the shot is not going to go, so the Raptors going to get the chance to run back the other way with the ball. Antoine Love is going to work with the handle, get a pick from Seam, but not quite enough to get a shot off here. Sixers defense is smothering. Antoine Love, 6 on the clock, finds Seam, crushing the corner, gonna drive in, layup is gonna go, but I think your expression there said it all.
Yeah, I don't know what that contest would have been if you went ahead and took the 3, but nonetheless, as long as you get the points, but you can't be afraid to shoot that shot, right? Maybe it would have been a bit of a contest, but you got to be able to crank that shot out next time.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen... I feel like Crush is not usually going for those shots historically, so the hesitation there, maybe a little bit of nerves wanting to get the points instead of risking it, if that's not his area of comfort. It's Antoine Love going to be working around, going for the 3, not going to take on that one.
Those are the ones you got to make. I mean, you're wide open there. Dre was way too off on the right hash to be able to guard or contest anything. You just got to knock down the open ones.
An unfortunate miss as Radiant not going to find anything there, but they got Symptoms down the court. Goes for the 3, sinks it. Very, very nice. 76ers call the timeout.
I think is that 5 points for him? We talked about him trying to get going in the second. Obviously, hopefully that gears things up. If he gets together a couple of stops and a couple of buckets himself, especially from the 3-point line, and if he gets badged going into the second half, it's definitely something we could utilize on the offensive end. But it's good to kind of see him knock down his open one.
Yeah, that's a nice turnaround of fates, and the lead here is shrinking, right? So that is 5 for Symptoms on the night so far. So Raptors looking like they're starting to wake up here. It's, once again, only a 5-point lead. 76ers taking a bit of a timeout, trying to reset on this one. So they're finding their groove. They're doing it in decent time. Still have the whole half to go back and review everything. Take a look, try and find those open looks a bit more. And, of course, when you do find them, as we say, to hit them. Kind of a key point in all this as well.
Amen.
It's going to be the Sixers with the ball. 90 seconds left in the half. 5-point lead for the 76ers, and Radiant working it over to DJ, but it's going to be a foul called on Crush. Ball goes to the side. Radiant going to be on the inbound to DJ. Stops up short. Give it to Dre. Radiant now looking for his first. Gonna find it. 3 more points on for the Sixers. First points of the night for Radiant. Okay, now it's to Antoine Love. To try and keep the lead small. Symptoms under the net. Antoine. For space. Goes for the 3. Not gonna go. And Sixers get the chance to go the other way.
We saw Dre have his shooting badge in the first. Now you've got Radiant. Excuse me. Now you got Radiant. There you go, pal. I did the mistake for you. That's got his shooting badge here in the second. So we wanted Symptoms to have his own badge to close things out in the second quarter, but so far it's been Radiant to kind of light him up and try to get involved. Again, with just 1 for 3, but the 3 assists and the 3 steals have helped him with takeover.
Yeah, so kind of an unfortunate turn for the badges there. As we were talking about the alliterative names that the Sixers have now with their team. Radiant, Gradient, DT, DJ. Got through all 4 of them there. It's not that bad, I guess. And we'll have to keep an eye on the badges because, thus far, Raptors, I don't believe, had any. So they have a little bit of time, 42 seconds left, if they can make something happen here. We'll have to see what they can do with the time. It's going to be the 76ers to start with the ball. DJ now to Radiant. Trying to keep this streak going. 3 points on the line. Not going to fall, and the Raptors have another chance with 30 seconds left on the half. Antoine Love. Ooh. Going to be Raptors ball as that went off the foot of Radiant. So Raptors get a little lucky on that one and get to keep the ball in the offensive zone. 23 seconds left to go. Antoine Love. Just dish it to Seam. Try and find some opening here. Antoine Love working around. And Symptoms for the 3. And he's going to sink it. 3 points for Symptoms. 5.7 to go on the game clock. Sorry,
I think it was Radiant that was kind of in the no man's land on the right side. That couldn't decide, right? He had a man open up the hash that he was guarding, but he also had somebody in the corner, so he has to pick between the two. Ended up being in no man's land. Symptom knocks down the 3 to kind of cut into the deficit. So we start off hot in the first quarter, kind of gave it away the lead towards the tail end, and of course the second was just kind of back and forth. So we'll see what the second half has in store for us with all the adjustments.
We will have to take a look. Until then, we have some great highlights of the first half. We're going to take a brief break. We will be back very soon. Don't go away. going to go for the three. Doesn't get it to go. A lot of sequences there. Well,
All right.
Gradient, though. Knock that one down.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, so many times, we've seen Symptoms get way involved earlier on the offensive side. I think he's got, 5 points? And we just keep getting plucked left and right. I mean, we got to take over the box score to see what the steals look like, but it's not looking pretty.
Yeah, if, let's see here. Nope. Not a second there. Steals, I believe, are at 7?
They've got 7. Yeah, they've got 7. We've got 4. So, I mean, it's a margin in terms of turnovers +2. But so it's not too crazy, but any time, though, it kind of leads to points off turnovers. It's a nice shot there by Ham, but that's the second time he's not able to connect on that one.
Soon you're going to get the board, though. So the Raptors will maintain the ball. Yeah, that's it's interesting. The Raps usually pretty solid in that department, this steals and turnovers department, but a little bit of an exception today. Antoine Love, though, running out of time. Going to look for Ham in the corner. 1 second to go. Puts up the three. Doesn't get it to drop. It's going to be Dre going the other way. The hot hand of the first half, as he had most of the points for the Sixers. DT, though, going to throw up a 3 of his own.
Yeah, I think DT coming into the second half, he had, 2 points, and now he's already kind of knocked down a couple of big shots from beyond the arc, so he's marching his way towards 8. He's got more points than our point guard does, so really got to get offensive things going. It's not great when, your opponent's point guard has more points than your 1 and 2 combined, and of course when the 4 has just as many points as your 1. So need a lot more offensive things here if we're going to try to get back in this one in the fourth. You just got to get the lead to maybe say 8 points or so going into the fourth.
Yeah, and unfortunately that layup was not going to add to it. Raptors are going to retain the ball on this one. Yeah, been a tough night in terms of offense all around the court here for the Raptors. Lots of attempts, but it's not too much conversion, which is a rare sight for the Raptors. Symptoms. Pass to Ham. No. That is a shot clock violation called, so the Sixers going to get the ball back. Yeah, a bit of an uncharacteristic night in terms of scoring points for the Raps. Especially considering some of the turnovers and the steals they've been giving. A little bit unfortunate in multiple departments, but
boy, oh boy.
Picking up those threes just hurts.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication as you had the slip, and so both defenders went ahead and guarded the paint. Just left Dre wide open. He's like, all right, I can shoot, right? And there's another turnover. Just getting our... never mind. But yeah.
Oh, and we're scrambling for the ball here, and it's the Sixers that get it back. DJ to Gradient to Dre. And Dre going to go for a 3. That one, fortuitously, will not fall, and Antoine Love's going to have some room to work at the Symptoms for a 3 of his own. Yes, that one is going to go. And the Raptors... feeling a bit of life there on the 3 from Symptoms.
What's going on, Tornado? It's been a while, man. Hope you've been well. I think you're, engaged now? Married? Something? I know you were engaged last time. Hopefully that's still the case. If not, an upgrade. I'll stop talking.
Well, an upgrade or an engagement. Whatever it might be, we, of course, wish the best.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Congrats or whatever she missed out, either way.
Yep, either way, I'm sure, still the winner. As you're here watching us, so it must be good for you. That's one from the elbow, can't find it, though. Gets a shot from 3. That one's going to go. So maybe a fortuitous miss on that, as Antoine going to turn the missed 2 into a 3. And a bit of a run here. A couple threes in a row for the Uprising. Defense now. It's going to be Radiant. Position down low. DJ slamming it down. 48-33 for the 76ers. Now up to Antoine Love to try and find something, or a 3. That one's going to go. Very nice shot from Antoine Love. He's starting to get in the rhythm here a little bit.
Way to find a little bit of space off of the pick. Kind of take a step back. Almost a little bit too far, but he's got the range. He's got the timing. He's got the 3.
Yeah, starting to look a little bit more like the team that we saw in the tip-off, but still some work to do here as they are in a 12-point deficit at the moment. They put up some decent numbers and some decent defense here to keep things going. Have a chance to get some more points here as Antoine looking for something. Tower in front of him, but gonna work it out. Gonna go up for three, excuse me. Another one for Antoine Love.
There we go. We said going into the fourth, you got to get into single digits or close to doing just that. Plenty of time left. You knock down a three, get a stop, knock down a three, and you're right where you want to be in terms of finishing strong for the fourth. Hello.
One Love. No, but Seam with the rebound. Going to get the chance to work it himself into the net. 2 more points to the Raps. As, yeah, you can't understate the power of a stop in this position. Going to have to start working on the defense. Keep an eye on Dre and maybe Radiant. Radiant had his badge just before the half broke. But no. Going to be DJ now. Has had a couple of those in the past couple minutes.
Yeah, he gambled for the steal there. Might possibly be the right play, but just unfortunately couldn't do it. But also lane steals aren't as great as they used to be in previous 2K, so you got to know to just play on the defensive side and not worry about a steal. Just try to get in front, a little bit aggressive, but that's what happens when you're down. You're trying to, make that heroic play, but you just got to know to stick to the fundamentals. Let's see if we can get a stop here to close it out.
Be pretty big going into the quarter break. 10 seconds to go. Dre with the handle at the moment. Gonna find DJ for the same play that we just saw. And 2 more points on the board for the 76ers. Antoine Love, one last chance to Symptoms. Not gonna find it just in time, and we're gonna go into third quarter break. Raptors outscored by 8 in that last quarter. And,
yeah, I mean, we've unfortunately kind of lost every single quarter, right? That kind of dictates the score that we currently have. Ham has gotten a couple of grenades himself. There's no question about it. We've seen it where it's a last-second shot. They just kind of dish it out to him to chuck it up. But it's been a few games where we've seen him kind of scoreless going into the second half, maybe even into the fourth a few times like he is here. So his impact has felt on other games on the defensive side. Unfortunately, not here as we head into the fourth. So got to see if he can string together a couple of stops, couple of steals, couple of buckets to kind of take a little bit of pressure off of Seams and off of Symptoms. Off of Antoine and off of Symptoms. And, of course, ball like Seam continuing to do what he always does. Almost a double-double. He should get that here in the fourth. Hasn't missed a single shot. So he's being smart. Anytime he gets the ball in the paint, he's not just going up with it just for the sake of going up with it. He's waiting things out. He's got the defenders in the air, and then he'll time it or he'll dish it out as he's got himself 4 assists as well. So he's kind of doing his part. We'll see if we can get things going. A few stops would be huge to start things off here in the fourth.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key in this fourth quarter. I mean, realistically, any chance you have of digging yourself out of this hole is going to be pretty much like you said. I think you just got to hit a couple threes, but critically, you can't just let them keep scoring. Dre is slowed down, but it's been DJ stepping up a little bit here with 16 points now himself. As the 76ers, we've seen this a little bit all game from them. Just the ability to, first it was on defense, change up their tactics a little bit, keep things rolling with what the Uprising were trying to do. Now it's been on the offensive side of things, able to work different players into the mix. And they're going to have the ball to start the quarter. And going to find points out of that one immediately. They've been able to work the paint very nicely so far. That's One Love now. Gonna not go on that one. Holds the shot. Gets the ball back. Finds Seam. And that's going to be a stop for the 76ers. And they're going to go back the other way.
First miss for Seam there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, first miss for Seam there. Looked like he had positioning in front, but then just kind of gets moved a little bit to the side as he gets blocked from behind.
And, 3 more points there for the 76ers. Yeah, it was They call it the caster's curse for a reason, the commentator's curse for a reason, I suppose. Antoine Love. Not going to be able to get it. And it's going to be points there on the board for the Sixers. Going to be Gradient this time around. And yeah, so unfortunately not Seam does have his badge, but the Sixers have the ball, so it'll be violation on symptoms. 76ers now. Dre with the badge. Driving in. Handing it off to Radiant. Still a little bit quiet in this game relative to the rest of the team, but he's having no ill effect on them overall as the lead is up to 22 now. Antoine Love looking to find something, anything he can to try and cut this one down, and that will. Been an effective system there for those two this game.
At some point, though, you got to start knocking down threes, right? I mean, you're down almost. Oh, it is 20 points, so you got to get the stops, obviously. But twos are great. But we're here for the dub, so unfortunate.
Put back, yeah. Was yeah, almost a good stop. Raptors down 11-2 in the quarter, but regardless, we'll have to see what they can do with the last 3:51. It's going to be a reach and foul on Gradient there. Ball will go to on the sideline. And Seam to work things around. Antoine Love working the sideline a little bit himself. 8 seconds on the clock. Going to pass it over to Seam. To Antoine. To Seam under the net. Shot clock winding down. Nice reversal on there. And the Raptors finding themselves another 2. It's Dre now.
Nice.
Gonna lose the ball, but DJ with the recovery and gonna maintain the pressure from the 76ers. DT under the net finds Dre. 2 to go. Throws it up. Nice stop there by the Raps. And it's gonna be Antoine Love's hands taking a shot. Gonna go, and the Sixers will move back the other way.
Great block there. Great defense by Crush. He gets kind of like that pluck, goes to get the cherry pick. He's not there, so he comes back to guard the hash immediately, which leads to a great defensive rotation. Lets ball like Seam get the block. Just could not target it to bounce.
No. And that's, yeah, I'm okay. Even better now, the Raptors hitting a nice 3 there as they knock things over. And that's kind of what we've been looking for this whole game, is those threes, and hopefully it's not quite too late to keep things moving, but it is starting to look a little bit dire. Going to have to hit quite a few threes and get quite a few stops to stay in this one. Antoine Love will take the 2 points.
Yeah, and it was kind of mentioned in the chat by Johnny, Ryan, I'm not sure, but about how, point differential matters as well. We saw a few teams that unfortunately did not make it to bracket play for the tip-off because of point differential. So is this game out of hand? I would say kind of, yeah. I don't really know how realistic it is for us to come back and win this one. However, we'll take blessings like that one to cut into the deficit and try to chip away at this point differential as much as possible.
Very true, very true. And we did see the tiebreakers coming into effect, or at least threatening to come into effect. I don't know if we, how much these individuals weigh, but you want to use all of them, and the steal is going to help you with that. Antoine Love now in command, in possession, and it's Crush with 2 more big points for the Raptors. That's good if you want to keep your point differential low, my friends. And it's going to be Hom to work it over to Antoine, see where things end up. Antoine Love now driving in, going to stop up. Hom goes for the 3, and it's going to be Seam with the rebound, but also the turnover, and it's going to find a Radiant's hands. Raptors going to foul that one out to the sidelines.
Look, it might be time to take 1,500 three-point shots before the next game. Just saying. It worked for Cat.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. I mean, I don't know. Ooh, that's a jam there. You never know what they're doing in their off time. That might just be the way to go. We'll have to take a look. Antoine Love, though, first of many, will find himself a 3. Yeah. And yeah, if we, like you were saying, if we can get those in-person events, get the fans the chance maybe to take a look at what the regime entails. Antoine Love, all alone, finds the 3. Keep that point differential low, my friends. Keep it low.
Yeah, and he's got himself a double-double tonight. I mean, he got it a few possessions ago off of his backside.
76ers going to maintain the ball. Yeah, so Antoine Love, double-double. Seam, same as well. And decent night overall from the Raptors. Uprising individual performances looking fairly decent this game, like you said. It'll be an and one, I believe, later in the game here. As we should be moving the line for Seam. Seam going to put up the points. 14-point lead now for the 76ers. Seam going to go to the line again. See if he can make it 2. And he can. So 30 seconds left in the game here. Once again, Raptors looking to minimize the gap in the point differential. Of course, that 3 will make things a little more difficult, but they have some time to work here, get themselves a couple more points before time winds out. 14 seconds on the clock. Antoine Love can't get it to go, and Radiant going to get the chance. Going to take advantage of it. He's 9th of the game points-wise. Antoine Love, last drive of the game here. Raptors unable to convert on that one. Going to be 83-64 the final. 76ers taking home the win. India, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of, had a slow start. It's no secret when you lose every single quarter, you're bound to lose a game. We were kind of right in it midway through the third. Almost had it into single digits, but unfortunately the Sixers just kind of pulled away. Big night from Dre, Gradient, and DJ, both of them into 20 digits. But ball like Seam and Antoine did their thing as well. A double-double duo doing their thing once again. Just a little bit slow to get symptoms going. Got to get Ham offensively, maneuvered in the offense and create some plays for him as well. Missed a couple of shots there, but we'll kind of go back to the drawing board and we'll see if we can pull a win out of the hat as we take on Magic tomorrow night.
Yes, that's right. 8 p.m. Raptors Uprising Magic Gaming will be back here on Twitch. It's going to be India on the call solo, I believe, as might be unable to make it, but done it before. Had some good calls while I was away too, from what I've seen. So Raptors looking to turn it around tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on Twitch right here. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody so much for watching this evening and hanging out with us for the past better part of an hour. That will be it for us, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Peace.